There we go. We're good. How are we doing, everybody? Sorry about that. What a flying start. I can't believe it. Good. Right. What's up, Pawn? Fans that deserve anything? Dana White probably. Well, he seems to be on the side of one Tom Aspinall. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think we might be. I'm more optimistic. I said this. I was talking to my brother earlier, man. Like, I'm more optimistic that we get the fight now than I was before last Saturday. So I'm not complaining, man. I can't complain. I can't complain. I had to train and go. I didn't try. I mean, I didn't train on Tuesday. I played five-a-side and I chipped my tooth. So I think I mentioned that on the Discord. So that was good. But I'm all right. Fine. Took a fucking hefty fucking collision, but we're good. Yeah, I should be back. I'll be back training hopefully on Saturday. We'll see though. I ain't decided. My ringworm is coming back again, so probably not. But I don't know. I have to figure out. It was a mime stream. Yeah, for a minute. For a minute, we were on that vein, right? We were there. I was dealing with the cold. With this giant fuck off jacket. Most of the time, I was literally wearing it earlier because it is fucking freezing here. Saying that, my room's quite toasty right now, even without the radiator on. So we're chilling, man. We're chilling, literally. With no snow here, man. We ain't got snow. Unless I've missed something. No snow down here in London. So I know everywhere else. I've got mates, from uni mates there. You got snow everywhere, man, but not here. No, it is cold. I will say that it's cold by UK standards. I think probably in the minuses now, right? Yeah, it's 1 degrees right now, so close enough. It was minus yesterday. Which is pretty fucking cold here. But no snow, not yet. I'd like it though. We haven't had proper snow here in a while, a good few years. Not cold in Canada? Surely it must get cold. What is it in Canada? It gets freezing over there, no? I say it could be a different temperature everywhere, so I'm gonna go with fucking Toronto because I've been there. 5 degrees. Oh, fair enough. That surprises me. Biggie or Yarn? I want to pick. I honestly, it's one of those fights where I don't want either dude to lose. I'm a big fan. I just want to pick Figgy because I seeing him get the bantamweight title shot back. Because if he wins that, I think he probably gets it. Will be pretty fucking awesome. So I'd like to see that as much as I like Yarn too. Yeah, slushy snow. That's the shit one though. You want the good snow, right? We haven't had a good snow here for ages. A lot of slushy ones, but never good snow. Never. We haven't even had a. I think the last white Christmas was we had here in the UK was like 20. It was like 2010 or something. I'm looking at it. 2010. There you go. I was right. That's what I said, right? 2010. I remember that shit. God damn. 14 years ago, bro. That is nuts. That scares me thinking about that. 2010 is 14 years ago. Right. Would have been 21 or 22 last time it snowed here. I don't know where you're at, man, but good snow. I listen. Snow's fun for like a day, and then it just pisses you off. So like, I can take it or leave it. You know, I can take it or leave it. Take it and leave it. 2016, nice man. I never had. I don't really remember it. I mean, I would have been 8 at the time, so not exactly a familiar story to me. Good snow jumps, my country. Like Nate Diaz, crew on Leon. Yeah, I that's a good analogy right there. Yeah, I mean, it never really catches us off guard because when we get it, it's usually very disappointing. So we don't get blocked in by snow or anything like that. We never go to that level here in the UK, but unless you're really up north in Scotland, then yeah, maybe. So Ali, how you doing, bro? What's happening? Ozdemir Oldberg all day, man. Oldberg will pick him apart. Unless Ozdemir can really close the range and play in that pocket, Oldberg's fight to lose. Oldberg is very, very good. I like to see him really get tested. Oldberg's good, little bit raw still, but he's got potential to be a champion. I said this ages ago. One of my first videos was a prospects video, the best prospect from each weight class, and he was my light heavyweight pick. He is legit, very good in my opinion. I've been high on Oldberg for a long time. Lots to come from him, man. He's been a bit inactive, which is the disappointing thing. Like, I wish he probably could have fought more. Like, it's just he doesn't fight enough for my liking, really. But then I know he had a lot of fights go out of his way, like some cancellations and stuff. And he hasn't fought in a long time because he had that one cancelled, isn't he, against Smith and Jamal Hill, both of them cancelled, right? So I don't know. It's good to see him back. That's the main thing for me. I'd like to see him back. Sort of touch base with his skill set. I'd like to see how the improvements he's made because he's good, man. He's good. Been a big fan of his. Let's go and eat toad in the hole. Probably won't be back. So thank you, brother, and enjoy a toad in the hole. Not my personal pick for cuisine, but I can understand. I can understand. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Obviously, my care is a bold predictions. To be fair, Oldberg, he does get clipped. He can get clipped, so I don't know. What's up, Aaron? This card this Saturday starts at 5 a.m. for me. I don't even know what time it starts here, man. I think Let me have a look. I think it's in the morning. I think we have it like 8 a.m. here in the UK. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm no clue. I mean, it depends on when the main card starts. Let's have a look. Here we go. Main card starts. Oh, main card starts at 11 a.m. That is beautiful. Isn't that's fucking great? Afternoon main event. Oh, I'm actually eating good. I mean, I'll probably miss the prelims though. What's up, Sam? I'm from London, man. London, England. Starts at 6 a.m. where I'm at. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's better than staying up till 6 a.m., isn't it? So it's better than staying up till 6 a.m. when you can just wake up for it. Listen, I'd rather that. Like the Aussies, that's when it starts. The Aussies, right? They start in the mornings. I'd rather that than having to stay up until that time to watch the cards, man. Fucking trenches, man. It's always a blessing. I guess in a lot of ways, it kind of makes those cards a lot better. You appreciate them more because they're at a normal time, at least give or take, you know? I wouldn't say watching the UFC in the morning is particularly normal, but I'm not going to complain. It'll be a nice change of pace. Lonnie Kavanagh I'm going to try and watch the Lonnie Kavanagh fight, but I might sleep through it. I'm hyped for him, man. So when does the prelim start then? If the main card's at 11 a.m., so what does that make the prelims? Like 7? 8 a.m. Oh, man. When's Lonnie on that card? Let me get the Macau card up. My music is so loud right now. Holy shit. I need to look at the Macau card. I need to look when is Lonnie on. He's got to be early, right? Because he's making his debut. I need to watch when he's making his walk. Is he second? He's the third fight of the night, man. Just keep an eye out for him, by the way. Lonnie Kavanagh, guy is legit. If you ain't seen his Contender Series knockout, go check it out. And if you ain't seen that, go watch his Cage Warriors stuff as well. Or if you have seen that, rather. He is legit as fuck. And obviously a little bit biased because Will's got the fucking link with him. But, you know, we're fans of his, man. He's legit as fuck. So I'm really excited to see him make his debut so quickly as well. Because he only just really fought in the Contender Series like the other month. So really quick turnaround. UFC debut in China. Like, they're going for it, man. I rate it. First staying up all night and getting UK time cards. Why? Why would you rather do that? Listen, there is this sort of vibe that comes with staying up for it. In a lot of ways, it's partly why I don't stream it. Because because I'm too tired to. Stream a watch along. That's part of the reason why. But also because it's kind of a nice time for me. At night, it's kind of chill. I just get to enjoy myself. I like to do a little bit of work on the side sometimes if I'm feeling it. You know, got the UFC on one monitor and my work on the other. And I'm just kind of chilling and vibing. So there is an element of that I quite like. But as a whole, it fucks your sleep pattern up, man. Like my sleep pattern I'm still clawing it back over the last few days. I've been waking up at obscenely late times because I stayed up for Tyson, Paul, and Miocic Jones back to back, and it just ruined my sleep pattern. So that's the price you pay. Rip Joe Rogan, we're doing this, Pon. We're really doing this today. Didn't expect that from you. Rip Joe Rogan. That's bottom of the barrel for the MMA community. Jones will never fight Aspinall. I would have said that before last Saturday, but I think we have a good chance now. Money talks, man. This is what I said in the video. If you don't know, I'm doing a Jones video this week. I don't know if it's going to be out tomorrow. I'm trying. I'm pushing hard for it. I'm just behind, man. I know I've been really behind the last few weeks. Just shit in and out of life, man. It's difficult. So I'm getting it done. I'm working on it. It's going to be nice. I've also commissioned a thumbnail for it because I couldn't do it myself for the first time. So I think it's the first time ever, or the second time ever, I've commissioned a thumbnail. It's going to be cool. It's a good video. A bit more psychological, which you guys know I like, getting a bit more theatrical with my wordplay, but talking about the psyche of Jones and how he's operating and why he's doing the certain things he's doing. It's a fun one, man. It's fun. We're looking at the faces of John Jones. So it's exciting. So you guys are going to enjoy it, hopefully. I know, as I said, I've done a lot on Jones recently. But this was an angle I kind of felt I missed on the last time I did it. When I talked about the Jones Aspinall sort of beef, I did that as a whole video. I don't really feel like I delved into the why. So hopefully I'm trying to cover that now. So you guys will enjoy it. Hopefully. I hope you enjoy it. We'll see. And then after that, I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to make. I don't know. Maybe a casuals guide to 310. I don't know. I'll have to look at the schedule. I don't know. Anyway, chilling after a stressful day, watching your favorite sport. Indeed, man. There's an element of that, I guess. I guess there is an element of that. Oh, yeah. Also, the Games Channel video. I'm working on it. I started the edit on it. It shouldn't take me too long, really. I just need to find the time to do it. And at the moment, it's a case of me getting this video over the line for you guys. So that's kind of taking priority. But we'll get it done on Elden Ring. So that'll be on the Games Channel hopefully this week. And then I'll probably film another one as well. UFC is treating Stipe like a redhead. Is that what you're saying? You're losing me, brother. I don't understand you. I don't understand. He'll find a way to wiggle out of it, though. That I can kind of agree with. I was talking earlier about this as well. I think there's a good chance we see Jones play the hardball game so much that he just uses it as an excuse to get out, to go and retire, or go and vacate and fight Pereira or whatever. He's playing the game. Whatever the answer is or the solution to that game is, remains to be seen. But there's still hope. And I will cling on to that until either Jones is dead and buried, or / retired is what I mean by that. I don't mean literally dead. Or Aspinall was the undisputed champion. So we'll see what happens. I didn't want to say it. It's all love, man. Someone talk about the oversaturation of MMA YouTubers and how they always do the same thing. And they shouted you out as one of their favorites until you actually put effort into their videos. Damn. That sounds nice. Who was that? That's very kind. Combat Chronicler. Let me have a look at that. Oh, man. Thank you for that. Say thank you for being the messenger. Was it Combat? I just literally closed my stream chat like a dumbass. Where's that at? Oh my god, I'm the worst with the organization. Combat Chronicler. Let's have a look, shall we? Combat Chronicler. I can't spell today. Holy shit. You guys do not want to see my scripts, man. Honestly, they are full of spelling mistakes, but only I'm the one who's seeing them, so it's fine. Which video? Or did he stream it or something? Oh, he did MMA math stuff. True, I don't even watch Line or the Fight Business anymore. Listen, there's no shame in admitting to stop watching your favorite content creators. It's just how the game goes. I think the more involved you get into MMA, I know, Wolf, you've been watching for a while, so I'm not necessarily saying this applies to you, but everyone goes through, ebbs and flows of watching MMA and being engrossed in MMA content. As I said, I don't watch MMA YouTubers at all, generally speaking, outside of a very select couple. Like I'll always make time for a Patrick Gavia video or Mixed Martial Academic and stuff like that. Guys sort of in my vein, just because I like to see how they work and see what they're doing and see where I can improve, see what they do better than me and see where I can improve. But generally speaking, no, I don't watch, the other side of MMA YouTube, I don't really watch. Talking about one of his videos getting stolen. Oh, shit. Okay. Nice. I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it, man. That's cool. Shout out to you, man, to letting me know on that. I'm having a little skim through now, just looking at he's got a cool little style, actually. This is nice. He's better than... I feel like there's just too much of... Listen, I don't want to dog on the niche too much, because I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the be-all and end-all. Obviously, I'm not. There's people far better than me at what they do. But I just wish there wasn't such an oversaturation of this... the whole stuff with, the white background stuff and just sort of slop content. People do the same stuff. It's difficult, man. I don't know. I just wish there was more... We had more differentiation, right? So I think the sentiment I'm assuming he's getting at, I agree with. What's up, Tel? Sorry, man. I was on a rant there. Who wins between Lopez and Volk? Volk all day, brother. And I like Lopez, but I think Volk beats him. And even with the age difference, Volk being on the back end of his career, I think Volk will do enough. Lopez's style, I mentioned this on the Discord. I don't think his style lends itself successfully enough at the top level because he's a bit defensively vulnerable. So that's my justification for it, really. But it's a tough one to call. I wouldn't be surprised if Lopez takes it, though. He's good. Women focus on people, men focus on things. Just keep it professional, stick to your craft, and you always have respect. I ain't making it about sex or gender, brother. I'm just doing my thing. That's what I try. Try to imitate someone else's success. Who? Shavkat Hamzat. Hamzat all day. Hamzat would take down and drag Shavkat, in my opinion. He would. Shavkat's good, but he's not that good. He's not Hamzat good, in my opinion. Anyone who's been in the chat, I know you've been in here. You've probably been here when I've said that I think Shavkat's pretty overrated. As much as I think he's a good fighter, relies on his chin far too much and hasn't really been tested to that point where I think he probably should be. And I think Ian Garry might be the guy to do it. I picked Ian Garry in the Discord and I sat firm on that pick. So if you missed that, let it be known I am picking Ian Garry to beat Shavkat Rakhmonov come UFC 310. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. I like both dudes, undefeated guys. Two of the most exciting fighters, not just in the division, but the roster. So whoever wins, I'm happy for him. Not mad if I get that one wrong. Hill, Tommy 3. Tommy 3 would whoop Darren Till. Darren Till is an absolute, he's a bum of the combat sports right now. Disgraceful. Just not a good human being. Spends all his time. It's just sad to watch from where he was in terms of the sport. Used to be on top of the world almost. Very almost until Tyron Woodley stopped him. But he had, the whole UFC fan base eating out the palm of his hand and he chucked it all away. Didn't have the work ethic, and that's partly why he never got to the top, because he is talented, a very good striker. People forget he dropped Robert Whittaker, gave him one of his closest fights. But now he's, arguing with random bums on Twitter saying I'll knock you out and stuff. And it's just not a good look for him, man. Especially not this. Look, have you seen those videos of him shadowboxing? Look how overweight he looks, man. Out of shape. You know, fun on misfits. It's like, it's not a good look, brother. Listen, if he was open and honest and said he didn't give a shit about the UFC or winning, like becoming a champion again, then I'd understand. But he always says he's going to be champion all this shit again. And then he's going off and fighting random guys on misfits boxing and weighing it, putting no work in. So I have no sympathy for that, man. But that Chinese card, it's a banger, man. It's a banger. What, you talking about the Macau card? That's banger, bro. I wouldn't say those fights are irrelevant, man. We got some bangers on there. I mean, I guess irrelevant in terms of, you know, where they go on the roster. I suppose so. I mean, Oldberg Ozdemir is quite significant, in my opinion. Wang Kong is fighting. She's very exciting to watch. You know, she's actually a good, exciting female prospect. Song Kanan, Sally Cole's a banger fight. Yan Jianan Ricci, be quite good, actually. And obviously, the main event has got you know, a huge amount of significance to it, man. I can't lie. You know, that's really, in a lot of ways, whether you think Jan deserves it or not, if he wins, could be a title decider for him. Maybe. More so for Figueiredo. But Jan's definitely in that conversation. Price Jan is favored. Is he the favorite? If he is, I might get some money on Figgy there. I think it's the size difference. That's the big thing. Damn, he's a big favorite. That surprises me. That is a big surprise to me. I can't lie to you guys. I thought the odds would be closer than that. Maybe put a little punt on Figgy. Jan could definitely take it, though. He's just quite a bit bigger. Jenny Phillip Hamzat is good because he's wild and unpredictable. Because at times he couldn't just caveman his opponents. He had some close fights. A lot of that down is due to fight IQ. But yes, there is the big argument about the cardio, which I agree is a fair point. Yeah, I saw the thing about on the Helwani show. Pitiful, man. Pitiful. Pitiful. Hamzat's weaknesses. Whitaker's a gatekeeper. Now, Whitaker's not a gatekeeper, brother. He's a champion. You can't call a former champion a gatekeeper, bro. You can't. You just can't do that. 310 is absolutely stacked too. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Yeah, exactly. 310 is crazy stacked. I actually rightfully caught a little bit of flack from saying it on last stream, I believe it was, that 310 kind of sucked. But then I hadn't really looked at the card and I was like, holy shit, this has actually just got banger after banger. 310 is stacked, man. Looking forward to it. It's Wang Kong, eh? I'm familiar with your game. Yeah. I'm excited to see a fight, as I said. Garn Volkov. I think Volkov beats him. But if it's a close one, though, honestly, I'm a fan of Garn to an extent. I mean, the fact he ducked Aspinall is pretty telling of where I think he is in terms of his rankings. But I'm a big Volkov fan, and I picked Volkov to beat Pavlovich. I think he can do it again. I know he lost to him the first time, right? But I think he can do it. I think he can come strong and beat him. Maybe that's wishful thinking. Garn is very good on the feet. I won't doubt that. But we'll see. Jan's a big jumping competition from Cody and Marlon. I know. It's a fair point. But Figueiredo's been there at the top level. So I don't doubt that he can hang there with Piotr Jan. He's been a champion before. Yes, down a weight class. But he was never a flyweight anyway, realistically. He was always a bantamweight. He was killed himself to make flyweight. And that's part of the reason why he lost his belt, because he had a bad weight cut. And it affected his performance, which is a fair point in my opinion. So I think it'll be a close one with Jan. It's great matchmaking, though. Who do you think could beat Topuria? No one right now. Not a featherweight. Truly no one right now. I think his toughest fight probably was Max Holloway. Let me look at the rankings. How many times have I said that? I mean, listen, who at featherweight? Who would you even suggest? I mean, listen, the threat of the power puncher, we've already seen him tackle that challenge in Josh Emmett, and he demolished him. Diego Lopez, I think he runs through, as much as I love Diego. Yair Rodriguez is crafty, but Topuria will find that chin. Evloev is probably his toughest fight. I'd say Evloev. Movsar Evloev with the grappling. Listen, if we look at Topuria's debut, at least in I believe it was his debut on short notice against Yusuf Zalal. He had probably some grappling holes in his game. But again, he was on a short notice camp, so there's definitely a big argument there. And it was a long time ago. He's come on leaps and bounds. So I still think he beats Evloev pretty soundly. I think he knocks him out. I think he knocks out everyone in those rankings. Even the guys I love there, like Arnold Allen, I think he whoops Arnold Allen. And that pains me to say it because I'm a big Arnold fan, and seeing him with the belt would be fucking great. But he's not winning it whilst Topuria is the champ. He really isn't, honestly. That man is here to stay. Truly. Happy to be proven wrong. Again, that comes with most things in this sport, but Whitaker doesn't look at himself the last couple of years. No, he's just fought good guys, man. He's only fought the best. I don't think it's any more than that. Whitaker's always looked good, man. He fights when has he fought someone that's not good? Like, when's the last time? Genuinely. Like, Alex Gerov is still a very good fighter. I'm not going to don't sit here and say he's not good, because he is. So, I think that's a bit harsh from you, Wolfman. Yeah, I agree. Topuria is damn good. Oldberg, Figgy, Anjan, definitely, but the rest of the card, nah. Spicy starts around 3 AM, I guess. Listen, each to their own. I think it's exciting. Arnold Allen couldn't get a lucky counter on Ilia. He doesn't have the one-shot power that Ilia does. Not even close. Yeah, I like Allen, but no, I agree. He's very fun to watch. He's one of my favorite fighters. He's down to earth. He's real, which a lot of fighters aren't in today's age, you know? So I'm a big fan of his. Always have been. But he doesn't have anything for Topuria, in my opinion. He really doesn't. And I wish I was saying the other way around, but man, Topuria is just that guy, and I'm a huge fan of Topuria as well. So I wouldn't want either dude to lose. I don't really want that fight to happen. Bryce Mitchell said Ilia messed him up mentally and physically. I mean, yeah, for me, there was that one moment. Listen, when he knocked out Jai Herbert, when I saw that live, I was like, okay, this guy could become champ. But for me, the moment that solidified it was when he thought Bryce Mitchell, and it wasn't when he knocked him down, but it was when he did that sort of that reversal toss, and then found that toss when then he obviously found the arm triangle right after. But that throw he did on him to just basically slam Bryce Mitchell down to the mat, for me, that moment was like, okay, doing something like that is just championship material. And lo and behold, look where we are now. I can't remember if I picked him. Did I pick him against Volkanovski? I wish I remembered. I might have done. I can't remember who I picked in that fight. I mean, either way, we know what happened, right? Poirier took Mitchell's soul in the same way Strickland did to Izzy. Strickland didn't take Izzy's soul, bro. Come off it. Mitchell was good, but he did get humbled. He didn't get humbled, man. Mitchell's just an eccentric character. It's nothing more than that. Ilia cannot KO Islam. I guess he can. Of course he can. I'm sorry. Ilia Topuria can KO anyone within reason, obviously up a few weight classes. Are you serious? He's one of the hardest hitters in the sport, pound for pound. You don't think he can knock out Islam? Be real. Of course he can. I'm not saying he will. There's a big difference with that, because Islam's very good. But if Ilia has good odds on him in a super fight, I might put some money down on him because he's good, man. And Islam's not unhittable. He gets hit a lot in his fights. Poirier put some good shots on him, man. Yeah, you're being harsh, man. Yeah, exactly. Whittaker has not, only fights the best. When he whipped Bryce around the floor, I knew it was a lot. Yeah, man, he's just special talent. You look at guys, the way they fight. I was rewatching some of his highlights today. That knockout, was it Damon Jackson he fought? I believe, is that his name? His second fight in the UFC. He lands that body shot overhand right and then smashes him with that left hook when he's going down. It's just ruthless behavior. And you just don't see a lot of this, especially at the lower weight classes anymore. Guys who fight like that with fighting intentions with every punch, and they're actually back it up. Listen, Emmett has that to an extent. He throws to kill with every shot, but he doesn't have the same skill level. He doesn't have the same, anywhere close to the same amount of skill as Ilia, and we've seen it when they fought. When you just watch guys like Topuria box, you can just tell they're going to be champion way before he got the belt, I ain't buying into the Buckley hype. No, I think it's for me, he's been carefully matchmaked and he had some fight cancellations and stuff like that. I think Garry would have worked him pretty easily, in my opinion. I don't think Buckley's as good as his... Listen, he's had some good recent performances. Who did he just fight? He's won quite a few now in a row, so credit to him. So I know he had a pretty up and down start to his UFC tenure, but he's on a nice little run right now, and I'll give him credit for that. Yeah, I mean, he's had 5 straight. I mean, knocking out Wonder Boy is pretty nuts. Ruzaboyev, Luque, Alex Morono, and Fiallo, credit to him. And before that, he lost 2 on the trot to Chris Curtis and Imavov. Listen, I like the guy. I think he's good. He's a good talker on the mic. He's an eccentric character. I just don't think he's fought to the level of competition. I'm not saying Wonder Boy is not at his level, but at this stage in his career, he's not. The same can be said for Vicente Luque. So I think his time will come. I don't think he's championship material. We will see. I like him. But who's he just been matched up with now in his new fight? He was fighting Garry. Who's he fighting now? Colby. Colby's a tough fight for him, man. I think Colby can take him down there. We'll see. Islam's a much better fight than Ilia. I don't know if he is pound for pound, mate. Honestly, Islam goes to war in a lot of his fights. Honestly, in a lot of ways, I think Islam's style just is very dangerous. He comes out, apart from the Volk rematch, he's looked, coming out of his fights recently with the first Volk fight and the Poirier one. He's looked, he's taken some pretty bad shots, man. So I don't know. I cannot sit here in good faith and say he beats Topuria with confidence. I can't say that. Look what Ilia Topuria has been doing. Both guys are at the top of their game. There's a reason they are really helming the pound for pound rankings pretty much. They're in that conversation. So I can't innately say one's going to definitely beat the other because they're both that good. That's just how it is. It's like when Islam fought Volk for the first time. It's like you can't, as much as we are convinced Islam is going to beat Volkanovski, we can't sit here and say with confidence that's going to happen because of how good Volk is and what he's done in this sport. And look what happened. Look how close that first fight was. So there you go. Rob's only lost 4 fights in 10 years. I'm going to get my coat. Yeah, you better, brother. Yeah. You walk that one back right now. Would Merab have a chance versus Topuria? Yes, for sure. I don't think they'd ever fight, though. Based on the sort of Aljo, Merab sort of vibe, you know? Same vibe. He would have a chance, though. He's one of the best grapplers in the sport. And Merab's a big bantamweight. So I just don't see Ilia finding an opening. Really? You don't? You say the size disparity. I don't think that's an argument when Volk was able to negate a lot of Makhachev's grappling in their first fight very well. So I don't think you can say that the size disparity is an argument, in my opinion. I don't think it is. Weight difference, I don't think that's huge either, to be honest with you. I mean, it is a difference, obviously. Both guys killed themselves to make their weight. That's going to get me demonetized. They both, you know, they have to drain themselves to make respective weight classes. So there, I guess to an extent, that's an argument. Islam's rising striking game. His striking game's good, but his defense leaves a lot to be desired, and Topuria could definitely capitalize on that. Honestly, it's a close fight. I think the odds would reflect that, if you ask me. If you ask me, I think the odds, if they make that fight, the odds will be close. Ilia suplex, yeah, man. The guy is legit, I'm telling you. He is so good. I mean, you guys know this now. I don't. It's not. This is not some sort of secret, right? That I'm not parting with sacred knowledge here by saying Ilia Topuria is that guy, because I think everybody knows that by now. Islam isn't going to stand with him, of course. He's just going to try and shoot. Well, you say that he ended up going with a striking war with Dustin Poirier. I know he subbed him eventually, and he had some success on the ground, but most of that fight was fought on the feet. So Topuria is strong, man. He's explosive. It's a tough fight for him. It's a very tough fight for Makhachev. In my opinion, outside of Sarukian, it's probably his toughest fight. I think Sarukian stylistically is his hardest matchup he can eat right now. At lightweight, actually, saying that, there's so many moving parts in that division. Who's on it? Who's in the lightweight rankings? I mean, Gaethje. Yeah, he whoops Gaethje. Dan Hooker. Yeah, he's already beaten him. Max Holloway. Yeah, he take down Max. Chandler. Yeah. Gamrot is an interesting one, stylistically, but Makhachev would probably beat him. And the rest, at the moment, no. Sarukian, it's really, for me, Sarukian and Topuria, they're the arguments you can make for people to beat him. I think they're fair shouts. I think Ilia KO Belal, yeah, I could see it. I don't think that's even that crazy. We'll have to see, though. I'm curious to see how effective Belal's strength difference would be, because that's what that fight comes down to me. Doesn't Dana want to do 2 sets of rankings, human and AI, and run them concurrently? Does he want to do both? I thought he just wanted to do AI. I could care about. I doubt that very much, brother. But I admire the tenacity. I think people forget how good these guys actually are. Listen, it's easy to poke the finger and say Belal sucks and his striking shit. By UFC standards, it is. His striking's not that great, but it's functional and it's effective. It's not powerful. We'll go with that. But he would whoop anyone. I'm sorry. You know, if you spar with anyone that's high level, and you train martial arts and you spar with black belts or anything like that, you know the difference. And we're just talking about regular ass black belts. We're not talking about professional fighters, which is a completely different ball game. No one said I couldn't use a bat. Honestly, I think if you did use a bat, he'd still beat you. Belal's boxing looked pretty good. Yeah, it didn't look bad. I think it was just more of a case of similar vibe with Khabib, right? Uses his striking to sit up the takedown and vice versa. So I don't think his boxing is great. It just worked very well against it. For me, it was more about his positioning, which made it so effective, which I guess it falls under that umbrella. But that's part of the reason why he was so successful, because Belal was fighting with his hands at exactly the right range to make Leon less effective. So, because he wasn't in too close for the elbows and he wasn't too far apart at kicking range. He was exactly in that pocket where the threat of the takedown was there and he could start unloading with his hands. And did well at backing Leon up. So it goes both ways, but I don't know. I think it's maybe a bit of a stretch to say Belal's striking looked great. If Ilia fought Islam, Makhachev would make the win look easier than his fight with Dustin. I get what you're saying about the stars make fight thing. I think it's a fair point, and it's a fair argument. I disagree, though. I disagree. I think Topuria is a problem. Topuria has much more power than Dustin does. Belal's on a fresh stack, so I think his strength is much better. What does that mean? Fresh stack? You're losing me there. I mean, he definitely has got stronger. There's no doubt about that. So whether he's juicing up, there is potential. We've seen the physique changes. Who knows? Awesome. Brian Bow, big fan of that guy. Love that dude. Always been a fan of Brian Bow. He's game as hell. Fun as fuck to watch. Fun as fuck. What's up, Pete? How you doing? I don't know what me compa means. Does that mean how are you doing? Or something? I don't know. My brother? I don't know. Is that Spanish? I don't know it. But how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Dustin was supposed to be Islam's foil based on matchup. No, he wasn't. Give over. What are you talking about? Come on. Dustin, Islam's foil. No. No, I'm sorry. That's crazy. No one thought Poirier... Listen, no one thought Poirier was even going to look close to as good as he did in that fight, even though he lost. That fight was way closer than people thought it was going to be. Crazy take to say that. Saxroy, okay, I did think it was that. Yeah, I'm in kind of agreement with you to an extent. Bilal he looks like he's been juicing, doesn't he? Brian Bowden, Nate the Trainer, some of my favorite prospects. Nate the Train's not a prospect. Nate the Trainer's been fighting in the UFC for ages. You cannot call him a prospect. Same with Brian Battle, same at this point. He's not even a prospect. How long is Leighton Anware? He's been fighting in the UFC for a long time. I think I get why you're saying it though, because he's really sort of blown up in popularity recently. But yeah, man, he's been fighting in the UFC since January 2020. He's been here for 4 years. He ain't no prospect no more. As much as I'm a big fan, I'm a huge fan of the dude though, irrespective of whether he's a prospect or a contender. He's fun as fuck. So I will agree with you there. My bro in Spanish. Okay, I was right then. Right the second time. Got the Budge will lose a fight to a French dude? No, I mean, well, it's a different ball game with a home crowd like that in Paris. You know, going into enemy territory. Man, he showed out, didn't he? Dustin's next and last opponent. It should be no one. He should hang up the gloves as he said he would. I know he was talking about the Colby fight. I don't know if that's a good one for him. I get it. The beef with Masvidal. He's friends with him. There's an element of that. I personally just don't want to see him in the cage again. As much as I love Dustin, and from a pure fan perspective, I would like to see him fight again. But for his own well-being and safety, and without wanting to ruin his legacy a little bit, I don't really want to see him fighting there, because otherwise, eventually, you're going to keep fighting again and again, and we know how that goes, right? Battles on Tough. Yeah, I know. That was that was quite a while ago now, though. Wasn't it 2021? Wasn't he on it? He was on the season with Volk, wasn't he? Right? Volk and Ortega. I didn't watch it, but I remember seeing a clip of him in it. Brian Battle. No, that's not his. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I mean, his UFC debut was. Oh, to be fair, his UFC 2021. So there you go. I was right. Late 2021. So I still call him a prospect, though. He's not a prospect. Battle's post-fight speech, have you feeling extra American? Yeah, I ain't even American, and it made me want to start saluting the flag. Yeah. Video idea defining prospect. Yeah. That would be, wouldn't it? That's probably like a fun game, but yeah, but you don't want that reputation, do you? You don't want that reputation. No one wants to be known as the gatekeeper. Especially when you look at the highest Dustin has been to in his career. You don't want to be known as the gatekeeper in the latter side. Saudis can make any fight happen. Yes, who knows? Maybe that will be the secret weapon with Jones and Aspinall. Who knows? Colby in against Buckley now. Yeah. Should get thoughts on Garry Shavkat. Yeah, I'm picking Ian Garry, man. I'm pretty firm on it. I said it on the Discord. I was saying it with Chest. I've got Ian Garry versus Shavkat. If he's the underdog in that fight, in fact, surely we've got some opening odds on that now. I'm talking so fast, guys. I apologize. This is what happens. This is what you guys do to me. Me trying to keep up with chat. This is what happens. UFC event is... Come on, UFC page. Can I... Here we go. UFC 310. What are the opening odds? Have we got any odds? No odds on it yet. Oh, no, they are. Oh, Garry is a favorite. Wow. I thought Shavkat would be the favorite. That's really interesting. Gary's a minus 200 favorite. That's really interesting. I thought it would be the other way around. Damn it. That's annoying, because I think there's money to be made there on Garry. Shavkat's fight is exciting. I just despise Garry so much. Listen, I think I find it hard to hate Garry. Listen, and the only reason why I say that is because I say this about Jones, is why Jones rubs up all the wrong way. I don't like Jones, but I think the reason behind that is justified out of the things he's done outside of the cage. Ian Garry's just playing the game, man. And he's playing the game, and he's not doing anything egregious. Yes, he's a bit overconfident. Yes, he's cocky. But that's why he's got the big name value he has at this point in his career, and it's obviously on top of his performances. And it's why he's successful, because he's playing the game. He's being a bit loudmouth. He's being a bit brash, but it's working. It's exactly what guys like Chael Sonnen did back in the day. Maybe with less theatrics and a bit more sincerity behind his eyes. But it's true. Yeah, Garry is doing all these things, and he's backing it up. So until he isn't, I can't fault the guy. He can be a bit annoying, but I think he's clearly a good dude deep down. You know, I'm not gonna fucking slander this dude. He's clearly okay. Listen, I guarantee you. Listen, he'll have one of those big fans. Inevitably, as he winds down his career, he'll start playing the babyface role a little bit, and people will start to like him. And listen, I'm not gonna get into the whole hate train with MMA Guru and that whole saga. I think that's a load of bullshit. I'm just talking about the things he says himself on the mic and that kind of persona he's created, right? He's playing the game. He wants people to kind of get on his bad side or hate him, or that's exactly what he wants. You're feeding into his game if you're doing that. So, Tampa Fight Night. Who's on that one? Who is on the Tampa Fight Night? Let me have a look. UFC. I mean, you're gonna have to tell me. I don't even know. How far ahead is that? Have they announced anything for it? Oh, Covington Buckley. That's the one after. I'm done with us. Yeah, that's a good fight night as it goes. Cub Swanson, Billy Quarantero, banger. Petrino Jacoby's a good fight. Michael Johnson as the task, good fight. Yanez Marcos, banger. Joel Alvarez, Drakkar Close, banger. Manel Cut, Bruno Silva. Davey Grant. Any fight card, let it be known. Any fight card with Davey Grant, you should be watching. Because there is not a man more exciting than him. And he got robbed in his last fight so fucking badly. I was so pissed about it. Because he is one of the funnest fighters you will ever watch. He would have been on a really nice winning streak if it weren't for that shit. He would have been on a 3-fight winning streak if he didn't get robbed in his last fight. And it pisses me off. Because Davey Grant, go watch that triangle he whips out on Rafael Assunção. He knocks him down with a spinning back fist and then fucking inverted triangles him. He is one of the funnest guys in the UFC. Probably my favorite fighter to watch. So fucking good. Sorry, rant over. I am part of the... Mate, let it be known I'm part of the Davey Grant hive. Don't like when fighters bring up anything about anybody's personal life, but that's inevitable. Even Khabib called Tony a fake Mexican, which was a weird thing. Yeah, it's the game, man. To an extent, of course. Listen, is Garry that bad in that regard, though? I mean, I think in a way he was kind of justified because of what who was it? Was it Neil Magny said about whipping his kids or some shit? Like, I don't fuck with that at all. So I don't fuck with what Neil Magny did, for the record. So bringing it up, I mean, it's easy game. The only thing I didn't like him doing, I've said this before many times, is what he did with Jeff Neal. You know, putting Jeff Neal's mugshot on his shirt and selling it. I don't fuck with that. That's not cool. But, you know, apart from that, he's playing the game. Garry and Shavkat will go to a decision. Yeah, I can see that too. They're both got good... Gary's chin has been tested. Shavkat's definitely has, and he's passed the test. So we'll see. But the way Garry fights, to an extent, and again, especially against the guys dangerous as Shavkat, yeah, I can see him being a bit more cautious. So decision's a good shout. Izzy Imavov isn't confirmed. I'm going to pick Adesanya because he's just been there at the top level. Imavov is good, but not as good as Izzy, in my opinion. So the game where people have gone further. Yeah, exactly. People have gone further. I don't think that's an argument. I don't think that makes him exempt from criticism. I like Garry. This is what I'm saying. I'm going to criticize that for the thing he's done. But overall, I think there's far worse MMA fighters. Put it this way. Here's the point I'll make. People hate Ian Garry more than they hate John Jones. So if that doesn't tell you that the MMA fan base has gone completely scorched earth, I don't know what will. John Jones gets a second, third, and fourth chance, despite the fact he's been arrested for domestic violence, done steroids multiple times, and is involved in numerous hit and run accident and numerous other criminal problems, and people still love him more than they do Ian Garry. So I think the point has been made, right? There's a lot worse people than Ian Garry, and the point is he's just being theatrical. He's playing the game. I can't really dislike the dude too much. And he's fun to watch at the end of the day. Yeah, he's had some dud fights, but stars make them, right? So we'll see. I think the Shavkat one will be fun. Don't know when, but I really want to see Jones knocked out stiff. I think we'll see it when Aspinall knocks him out cold, mate. That'll be the only time. But that's if we get it. Touch wood, of course. That's a fun fight, man. It's getting cold in my room. I might have to put my coat on. Shit, you know what it is? We're doing it. I'm getting chilly as fuck. This is what happens in the UK, man. No heating on right now. And I wouldn't want to anyway. Next to my fucking computer. Not aggressive. A recipe for disaster right there. Pokes from everybody's eyes. He's the most overrated of all time. Well, who? Jones? Oh, he's Matt Garry. Who are you talking about? I mean, because eye poking is Jones's forte. Right, now we're nice and cozy. I wish I wasn't so fucking bright. When I turn down there, it's like the lighting's shit. So I don't know. See, look how weird my camera adjusts to the new lighting, and it's just ass. Why don't we put it there? That's all right. There we go. Thoughts on numerous MMA YouTubers vehemently saying Jones beats Aspinall. Listen, I can't fault anyone for saying John Jones beats Tom Aspinall because it's John Jones. I hate the guy. But he is, he's may as well be unbeaten. So I'm not going to slate anyone for picking him. But I just don't know how, if you look at the evidence that we've seen, Jones now, because he's not the Jones of old. You need to remember that. And especially at heavyweight, compared to Aspinall now, for me, everything points to an Aspinall victory, clear and sound. Any favorite rash guard brands? That's a good question. The ones I don't have anything crazy. I'll say the one the brand I worked with, White and Black. They got some nice ones. Go check them out. White and Black. I did a brand deal with them a while back. And it actually was. I mean, I don't know how successful the actual ad was for them, but the video was my history of the UFC video, which did insane numbers. So he got really good value for how much I got from that brand deal. So the guy ran that company. So there you go. So check out them. I mean, Tatami are probably, they're a bit pricey, but if you want good rash guards, Tatami are probably the way to go, right? Is it Tatami? Yeah. Yeah. Tatami rash guards are probably, they're like the classic good quality rash guards. So I mean, there's loads of good brands. One thing I don't like about rash guards is it's just like there's so many hideous designs, man. Like, can't I just get a normal colored rash guard? No, apparently not. It's impossible. No women's. Fair enough. Yeah, go to Tatami. It's just reliable. Anyone else think Chandler should fight really low in the ranks? Nah, they'll just give him. It's Michael Chandler. They're never not going to put him against a name that also is equally as exciting. He has that sort of innate quality about him that people are going to watch regardless of win or lose. So he's fostered that himself. So credit to him. So the McGregor fight for me would have been on win or lose against Oliveira. So I don't know. UFC signs Paul Hughes. I could see it. Yeah. Connor, Ian, Garry, Paul Hughes. Yeah, Croke Park. That would be fire. That would be fucking fire. And Sean O'Bannon probably on the prelims. Why not? Bro, shout out Old Spawns said, if you want a good one, though, get the No. I won't say White and Black is bad. I'm just saying if you want, like, it depends if you want something like, Tatami's like the Apple of fucking Nogi, you know? Everyone wears Tatami because it's good. It's like, it's not everybody, but, you know. You don't like your rash guard design like a landfill with horrible fonts? That's what I don't understand. It's like these hideous colorways, right? With these awful patterns, and it's like, Christ. Why? Why do they do this? That's what I can kind of fuck with Tatami because they just got the plain shit. You know, it works. Maybe I'm boring like that, but I don't want to show up. I don't want to show up at my gym and getting ready to roll, looking like I've come from a fucking circus. So each to their own. Seems to be this is what I mean though. It's just the rash guard thing, you know. I don't understand it. Oh, Tom gets a fight soon. It will be Jones and no one else. If it's not Jones, it will be for the Undisputed Championship of the world. I have zero doubt about that. He will not be defending his interim title again. The UFC have made it very clear. I'll never forgive Chandler for kicking Tony the way he did. Yeah, game's the game, man. When does a prospect become a gatekeeper? I mean, they're two different things. You go from a prospect to a contender, then a gatekeeper. You're missing the step in between. Gatekeeper is someone who's never made it to that top level, but is consistently there. That's why when someone says earlier, was it you, Pon, who said Whitaker was a gatekeeper? Somebody said Whitaker was a gatekeeper. Or was it Wolf? That can't be true. Can't be a gatekeeper if you've been at the top or you've been to that level, you know? Does Bo Nickel beat Joe Pyfer? Yes, he does. Tom doesn't have an interim belt. Yes, he does. He is still the interim champion. That was a load of bullshit. That got made up. He's still the interim champion. Why would they take it away from him? There's zero reason to take the interim belt away from Tom. There's zero reason because if they make the Jones fight as they clearly want to do, which is good, then having Tom with a belt instantly sells. It's just more appealing for pay-per-view sales. It just is. So there's no reason to strip him at this point. What's up, Simon? How you doing, brother? What does tutorial mean, my man? Saw a gi that was designed to look like it was made out of jeans. Oh, fucking hell. I've seen shit like that. Okay, I don't even know off the top of my head, but I've seen like wife beater ones, you know? Like just the vest. Or it's just awful designs. You don't know, you check the rankings? Yeah, he's still got I've checked it, brother. He still has it still says interim by his name. So I don't know exactly what you want me to say there. He still says he's the interim title holder. So I'm I'm going off of what it says. They did not strip him, brother. Conor versus Chandler, Garry, Colby, Hughes, Dober, banger. That's some good matchmaking. Garry, Colby's got they both done a good job of selling it to an extent. Garry more so. So yeah, no brainer, man. Non-marketable guy who lost to a 5'10" and a marketable guy who lost to a 10'15". Who are we talking about exactly? Oh, he's about the Nickel Joe Pyfer thing? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, he's about the Chandler thing. Yeah, no, they didn't strip him. There was a load of bullshit that got made up during fight week. Oh, Tom's gonna get stripped the moment the fight starts. So Chael Sonnen was waffling on about it as he does. But a load of bullshit, man. Oh, Gar/Gatekeeper. Yeah. Okay. What the fuck is Yo Gabba Gabba, bro? Chael was saying they took his belt. Yeah, because Chael lies about everything. I think the only thing he got right, he said something about when Ian Garry was out with an illness on that one card at like 296 or 299. One of the two, whichever one it was, that he was meant to fight on. Maybe it was 292. And it ended up actually being right. So I don't know. A kid's show? Yeah, I don't know, bro. You're losing me there. Yana Figgy? I'm going Figgy at the moment, but he could go either way, brother. I don't know. Paddy loses his next fight. He'll be a trendy guy to bring out a fight night for a legit up-and-comer. Now, Paddy's good, man. He's improved a lot. I think he's going to keep surprising people, at least for the next fight or two. He's very good. I think he beats Moicano pretty easily. I think he knocks him down and subs him. Or maybe even just finishes him, to be honest. I think he probably could KO Moicano. Do you have interest in watching Tommy Fury? No. Hank, I think it's a clown show, my man. And yes, his MMA career, at least at the top level, is over, for sure. It's his fault, man. He fell off for his own. It's his own doing, man. No work ethic, no drive, and maybe people might call that harsh. I don't think it is. I think it's pretty justified with the actions and decisions he's made since he had his sort of moment in the spotlight which peaked against Tyron Woodley. Ever since then, the reason he's lost has all been his fault, man. It has. I'm sorry, because he is good. He is talented enough to be at the top level. He is. He's a very good striker. I will never doubt that, but he doesn't have the work ethic to go at the top level. He doesn't. Look at the shape he came in against Derek Brunson was a joke, and he lost because of it. So that's how I see it. I got no sympathy for Darren Till. To be honest with you, I said it earlier, but it's true. I'm just shuffling my music, trying to get a good song. There we go. Kano is hot right now. Yeah, he's the big name right now. He's fun. He's exciting. He's eccentric, but he's got a lot of holes in his game. To quote Kevin Lee. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's always had striking deficiencies. Most guy, a competent striker makes short work of him. Jalen Turner should have done if he actually wasn't a dumbass and got the finish. Listen, any competent striker will put Moicano away. I think he's fun to watch. I actually was surprised he beat Benoit Saint-Denis. So to his credit, he looked good there. Really good in that fight, actually. His defensive grappling's great, but on the feet, man, he's always. I always worry he's gonna get knocked out, and that tends to happen quite a lot. So I think most guys beat him. Bad influence on Hamzat? Yeah, maybe to an extent. Still struggles mentally? I don't think, yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Yeah, she's your fault for believing Chael. Yeah. That's rule number one. Never believe a word out of that man's mouth. Enjoy what he says and his character, but never believe him. He's a prime waffler. He made a career out of being a waffler, so don't believe him on anything he says. Till's a problem like, nah, he's a bum, man. Honestly, he's a complete bum. He talks a big game, saying, "Oh, I'll do this, do that," and then he just goes and fights bums, cans on misfits. Well, Tommy Fury is a can, I guess, but you know what I'm saying. You know, he's he's literally go on his Twitter. He just spends days arguing with random people on Twitter who rattle him. It's actually depressing. Zero's not. He's got like the thinnest skin in the game. BSD got exposed. I think maybe a little bit. Betting man, who headlines International Fight Week? Conor Chandler or Aspinall Jones? Tough one, man. I think Aspinall Jones is a much bigger fight. Aspinall Jones sells more pay-per-views than Conor Chandler, for sure. People call that crazy. I don't know if it is. At this point, I don't think Conor Chandler sells that as much as Aspinall Jones. It's hilarious if Paddy fought heavyweight. Imagine. Yeah. The non-diet Paddy. What's up, Jax, man? How you doing? Have I talked about this already? Who do you think Chandler should fight next? I mean, I stand by McGregor, yeah. I think McGregor should still do it. Oh, you were saying assuming so. All right, let's say McGregor's out, right? Let's say McGregor's not in the equation. I'll give him a fun one. I don't hesitate to say layup because I think at lightweight, you can't call any fight a layup in the rankings because there's just so much depth there. But if we go look at the rankings, if I've just lost that tab. Where is it? There we go. So we look at the lightweight rankings. I mean, he's obviously got to fight down a bit, I think. But I said this earlier. He's one of those guys that win or lose, the UFC would put him against anyone who's fun to watch and can match his energy. So he's kind of in his own realm when it comes to matchmaking. Dan Hooker, he'd already knocked him out, hasn't he? That's a shout. He's already beaten him. Max Holloway, I know he's called for that. That would be a fun one. Both coming off a loss. Normally, based off of rankings and previous records, I wouldn't put them against each other. But as I said, Michael Chandler's in his own vein when it comes to matchmaking because of his character, who he is, and how exciting he is to watch. So That fight makes sense to me. If you're not going to do Conor, you do Holloway, and he's been calling for both. So I like those. To me, that's what I like, man. They're good fights there. Definition of a lad is different to mine. I think it is, brother. Jones was never a draw. Conor all the time. Jones was a draw. Not as much as Conor. I will never say that, but I think Aspinall Jones as a fight in itself, in that own sort of microcosm, is a draw massively compared to now Conor versus now Chandler. I don't know. Gilbert Burns retirement. That's not a top 10 level in any division. He's a little bit one-dimensional. I'll agree with that. But he's a good fighter. He's old though, man. He's 39, 38, 39, pushing 39. So feel like people forget that. He looks damn good for 38, 39 though, doesn't he not? I'm sorry, but he does. Fighting at that top level at that age is pretty impressive. So I'll give him his flowers for that, man. Can't fault him there. I just can't. He's exciting, man. I always watch a Michael Chandler fight. This is my point. Everybody's going to watch Michael Chandler fight. It doesn't matter how many losses in a row. He's fun. And a lot of times that's what it comes down to in MMA. He's game as hell. I was laughing in that 5th round. And, he nearly had Charles on the ropes there. Nearly got a finish. Maybe obviously the back of the head shots, unethical. But that slam at the end had me cracking up. Or 2 slams. It was great. I mean, the strength to show in that 5th round after being drained, no energy left. Stand up with the full weight of a man on your back and slam him and do it twice in a callback to their first fight. You can't not love the guy. He's exciting, man. It's Michael Chandler. Listen, sometimes you can just throw logic out the window and just enjoy it for what it is. And that's what I'm doing with a guy like him. So I think most of you should do that. You're really telling me you wouldn't want to see Chandler Holloway? Because I would. I'd love to see that fight. Who wouldn't want to see that fight? It's true though, isn't it? Who would not want to see Max Holloway fight Michael Chandler? Because if anyone says otherwise, they're just blatantly wrong. Elite in-cage cheaters the UFC has ever seen. Listen, I don't think the back of the head shots. Maybe I'll get a bit of flack for this. I'm just talking about the back of the head shots specifically. I don't necessarily think that he was doing it intentionally. It's just one of those things. The adrenaline is coursing through your veins. You're 4 rounds down, and you nearly got a finish in the 5th. And you're doing it, you're by hook or crook, trying to get it. I don't think, listen, it's more of a poor reffing. It's not really down to Chandler. Listen, I understand it to an extent. So, is it bad? Yeah. But was he doing it intentionally? I don't think so. The other stuff, like the cage grabbing, everybody's cage grabbed. I've seen worse. I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen loads of people cage grab. It's an instinctual thing as well. The only one I agree with you is the fish hooking you did on Poirier. That's obviously intentional. That one I agree with. Or the glove grabbing. Was he glove grabbing or was that someone else? But the fish hooking on the mouth to try and get a choke, that, yeah, for sure. The other ones I think are a little bit in the moment, Connor's in a league of his own. Jones vs. Aspinall will sell good, but not 1.5 million. I think it could do not far off that. I really do. If Jones keeps selling this fight subconsciously, which he kind of is doing right now by playing the reverse game, then I think it could. It's all right, Trayfield. The archive will be there, man. I know it's not live, but you can go check it back afterwards. He's on a how many fights skid now? I don't know, but he's fun to watch. I don't really give a shit. Put him against anyone. He'll make a fun fight. You don't want to see Max fight Chandler, bro? I do. Why not? Chandler could forward check Paddy easily? I don't think so. I think people are sleeping on Paddy massively, man. I think Chandler could definitely put him away with his style in the same way, because Paddy can be a bit tentative on the feet, even more so now. He's a lot more slower, reactionary, which is actually good in a lot of ways, but against a guy like Chandler, may not work as well. Look at the way Dan Hooker got clipped. I can see something similar happening there with Paddy getting backed up. But he's got a good chin on him, so who knows? I think Paddy could eventually find him with a choke. I think Max would probably beat him soundly, though. I do agree. I think Max would be able to walk him down. Who knows? Who knows where Max... Listen, I'm curious to see how Max chins hold up. Chin holds up, rather. Because we do see that, guys who have the legendary chins, they get cracked and they're never the same. Chuck Liddell, probably the most infamous. Could be the same with Max. You never know. It can happen like that. It can happen like that. Is it safe for international students for college in the UK? Because I hear a lot of crime and shit from there. It's overblown, man. I mean, if you're not dumb, if you're in a city and you're walking by yourself really late in a dodgy area, it's just about being smart. UK's safe, brother. It's one of the safest countries in the world compared to other places. Yeah, of course it's fine. I've lived here my whole life. Of course it's fine. A lot of it's overblown by the fucking media and shit. It's particularly American media. If you go on Twitter, they act like the UK is some sort of war zone. It's not at all. It's pretty chill for the most part. Obviously, there's bad areas, but you can say the same about anywhere. And those bad areas are nowhere near as bad as other places. Max deserves the big fights because of that activity, but it is a big fight in a way. It is. It is a big fight. Name value wise, it is. Listen, I understand the sentiment. I do kind of agree. Off principle, yes. But the UFC ain't on principle, is it? Someone who definitely retired already from the game is Usman, since when doesn't fight? What do you mean? Nah, he's coming back, isn't he? He's been touting it. Should he? Probably not, but. Dawson or Ferreira versus Ferreira is official for 311. That's a great fight. Banger. Don't think Chandler deserves the Max fight, though there's no way it won't be exciting. Exactly, that's the point I'm making. It's going to be a fun fight. And listen, they're both coming off losses. Yes, Max's recent tenure is better than Chandler's, but I don't really give a shit. Make it. Chandler for Zeev. Yes, I forgot about him. Good shout, actually. I'd probably go with that. That makes sense. Bit of a hard one for Chandler, though, I've got to say. If you want Chandler to get back in the win column, that's not a fight you make. I like Fiziev versus Holloway, though, really. Maybe that's a bit too much for Fiziev this early, coming back from an injury, but I don't know. Well, I got Jack on because it's cold, man. Fucking cold in my room. It was fine earlier. It got colder. Come on, I'm wearing it. That's not a Nike Tech, brother. I would never wear a Tech, bro. Terrible. Tech fleeces should be abolished from society. They are one of the worst fashion choices ever, man. Nike Tech fleeces are horrendous, bro. Awful. 50 million homeless people and cry for the roof. Listen, every country's got problems. I ain't going to start slagging off other ones. Max versus Charles Olives. Yes, I mean, I know Max called for that fight as well, right? Good little rematch. Obviously, their first fight ended with Charles tearing his esophagus or something. So, a lot of unanswered questions there, and also buried at different stages of their career at the time. So, yeah, we'll run it. I think it'll be a great fight. I only wear tracksuits. I think the Nike Tech's ugly. They're hideous, brother. They're hideous. Good to see you again, by the way. Max versus Hooker. Dustin versus Gaethje 3. Yeah. Yeah, Connor Turner. Connor Chandler, Fiziev Turner. Yeah, you know what? I like that. I'm not mad about it. I think the Connor Chandler fight has to be the one, realistically, for me. It just does. It's been too long in the making. It's a good matchup for Connor. You know? It is. Formerly, a while ago, I would have said Chandler. In fact, I did say Chandler would beat him. But times change, man. And I don't know. God, he's old, man. And McGregor's still old, but he's not as old. Then again, Chandler's been training, and McGregor definitely fucking hasn't. So, who knows? Tracksuits are very pure yarn. Yeah, they are. There was a good movie. Blade Runner, director's cut. Only the director's cut. Don't watch the theatrical cut. The ending sucks. The original 1982 Blade Runner with the director's cut and the sequel. The Lord of the Rings trilogy. Extended editions if you want it. Those two are peak. And then the Cornetto trilogy. Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End. Those are some of my favorite films. Watch any of those, and that's peak cinema right there. Conor never fight again. At this rate, he won't. No, I agree. Listen, Dana talked about late 2025. He said 2024 in 2023. So, have I seen Clockwork Orange? No, I should. It's bad that I haven't because I studied Kubrick in school when I did film studies at uni, and we did look at Clockwork Orange a bit. But no, I do need to watch it. I ain't seen enough Kubrick, man. It's not good. Yeah, like Full Metal Jacket. I need to see. It's just bad. I haven't seen that movie. I don't remove dandruff on my head. Shampoo, brother. But I only wash my hair like once or twice a week, man. It's not. You shouldn't shampoo your hair too much. It's not good. It's not good for the hair. Saying that, I'm going to hairdressers tomorrow, man. Getting it cut a little bit. Shoot of Happiness Day. Never watched it, but I know it's got good reception. Shutter Island, good movie. Liked it. Love it a lot. Not love it a lot. I like it. I already knew the ending though. But yeah, it's a fun movie. One of Nolan's better movies. It is Nolan, isn't it? I'm not crazy. He did do that, right? I'm not stupid. Nolan did Shutter Island. No, Scorsese did it. Holy fuck, that is really poor. Sorry, I only say that because I don't like a lot of Nolan movies, so something that stuck out to me. It's because of Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm getting mixed up because he did Inception, didn't he? That is bad. Yeah, sorry. Shutter Island's great. My bad. That's poor from me. You did not hear that, all right? That was not said. Yeah, but I mean, I have my letterbox. Blade Runner is probably my favorite movie of all time. Probably the director's cut. It's because it's so influential. If you look at Blade Runner and the way it's the set design of Blade Runner, the art direction, and the way it was put together, and you can just see the influences. Obviously, Blade Runner was influenced, but if you look at so many things we have now in modern sci-fi are influenced by Blade Runner. So that's partly why I love it so much. And it also holds up really well. And the music's fucking great. And it's a really thought-provoking movie. It's fucking awesome. Trayfield, I don't know, man. I probably won't be doing YouTube when I'm 35, 40. I'm going to be real. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Who knows? I don't like to think that far ahead. Ryan Reynolds one? No, I don't really like Ryan Reynolds. Plays the same guy in every movie. I don't really. Most of his films kind of suck. I like Ryan Reynolds. I just don't think his movies are that great. I really like Nope. That's grown on me a lot. I liked it when I watched it in cinemas, but I like it even more now. Nope's a great movie. I think it's better than Get Out. Nope is a better movie than Get Out and Us, and I like Jordan Peele, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but you know, that's a great movie if you haven't seen it. But really good on a big screen, as are most movies, but each their own. Each to their own. Everyone's got their opinions, right? But Lord of the Rings as a trilogy is probably the greatest series of movies ever put together. Like, as a piece of cinema, I think the trilogy of Lord of the Rings is the best thing you'll ever see ever, in my opinion. It's just unbeatable. It's 3 peak movies. It's 3 10 out of 10 films put together into one 11 out of 10 movie. It's just awesome. Peak film. Return of the King, in the context of the trilogy, is probably the greatest film ever made, I think. I don't know. I love it. I do. It does have a special place in my heart. Obviously, I grew up with it and that shit. But I think anyone now who'd watched it now would say the same thing. Ilia really knocked out Max and has been radio silent ever since. What a G. That's his game, man. This is MO. He'll come out of cryo sleep and awake and knock out the next guy. Harry Potter, overrated. Good, but overrated. Why do so many athletes go broke? Because they're stupid. They're athletic. They're physically gifted, but they are not smart. They're not economically smart. They don't know what they do. They don't know what they don't know what to do with their money. So they're stupid and buy random shit and they go broke. So that's how it goes, man. No, you can't. I mean, even if you sign some jersey, I hate using that word because it's American, and sell it, you wouldn't get that much money for it. Ryan Gosling, Blade Runner, my bad. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, 2049. I love the sequel. Yeah, the sequel. Yeah, I love that one too. I love both of those movies. I think Blade Runner 2049 is the best cinematography in any movie ever. I don't think that's a hot take. Go watch a video. I'm sure there's a video out there called The Cinematography of Blade Runner, and it'll probably have both movies in there, and it's just peak. I'm sorry, Pete. I couldn't provide, man. I like Harry Potter, man, but not to that level. Paige Shara. I'll say Paige. I'll say MVP. I like MVP, so. Overrated is crazy. I didn't call him overrated. Who called him overrated? Oh shit, I'm running way over time, man. I got I want to come more than I'm gonna have to go because I need to get this video done for you guys. I'm still so fucking behind on it. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's gonna be out tomorrow and with certainty because I don't know. I'm gonna be up my ass tonight trying to probably the wrong phrasing there. I've got to get it done. I'm doing my best to get it done and really over the next day or two. So I'm gonna try. It's just long, man. It's a long project. Conversation for another day, but I'd love to see your sleep and movie suggestions. I'll tell you what. I'll make that the last question, and I'll give you a couple. How does that sound? Sleeper movies. I'm looking at my letterbox right now. It depends. I mean, it depends how engrossed in cinema you are, you know. Because I feel like one person's sleeper movie might be obvious to another. Sound of Metal's great. I really like that film. Again, a lot of these aren't sleepers, but Grand Budapest Hotel is fucking great. Since you're not from England you're not from the UK, you probably haven't seen Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz, Jack. So I'd check those out, man. Anything by Edgar Wright, honestly, man. Truman Show, I fucking love. Not really a sleep hit again, but that is an awesome movie. I rewatched that again recently. I've seen it so many times, but it's such a good film. But Cornetto trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End. If you ain't seen them, which most people in the UK probably haven't, they're like UK cult movies, and they're just incredible. They're great. Did you see Chandler said he was pissing blood? Yeah, man. Rough stuff. Seen everyone? Oh, there you go. Yeah, the way you're talking, I was like, okay, you're going to be a bit of a film aficionado, so that doesn't surprise me that you've seen them. Wallace and Gromit, if you ain't seen those, bangers. They're making the new one coming out on Christmas for us. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of another one, but you've probably seen all of these. I tell you what, as much as I don't like zombie movies, and I think most of them suck, and there's too many of them, Train to Busan bangs. Awesome fucking film. It's in Korean. It's fucking sick. Awesome zombie movie. Green Street. Never seen it. I need to watch it. I've actually been meaning to watch it. It's been on my watch list. I like Elijah Wood, so I need to go and check that out. But anyway, guys, I am going to jump off. I've been overstaying my welcome. Julio, man, you're jumping in right as I'm leaving. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. I'll be streaming again on Sunday. Hopefully video out tomorrow, but I'm not going to make the promise. Yeah, I think that about wraps it up. I appreciate you guys. Stay safe, stay hydrated. I know every time, Julio, I'm sorry, man, but it's good to see you. See you all in a bit. Have a good one.